Right now I have Mr. Frank Murgy of the Pittsburgh Podcast Network, and he's carrying a sign hanging up as we speak in the action. And the Pittsburgh Podcast Network is a really interesting organization. I want to have a few minutes to talk about how you guys came to be. For those of you who do not know, the Pittsburgh Podcast Network is connected to Talent Networks, correct?
That's correct. Talent Network is an entertainment agency, talent management company for about 26 years now, and they kind of branched off and started the Podcast Network as a way to expand their artists and their talent, and they put me in charge of it.
Yeah, and it's great because being that they are connected to this talent network, they're able to get a lot of really well-known, big-name artists in the area, such as Jim Crenn and Greg Wolfley, John Staggerwald, a lot of really great names that are on the Pittsburgh Podcast Network, and it's really cool to be able to experience that and meet these people. And I was actually at a live taped recording similar to this at Cadillac Ranch, and you guys had Craig and Tunch there, Craig Wolfley and Tunch Oken, and that was a great show, and lots of good stuff. But what are you guys doing towards the future? I know you guys are doing a little bit of rebranding. You're kind of reinventing yourselves a little bit. Talk a little bit about that.
We are, Brian. And once again, congratulations to Brian, Crawford, Sarah, Tom, River's Edge, 1-year anniversary party! Woo! Big hand for these guys, bringing it to Millville, music, podcasting, radio, online. Again, Pittsburgh Podcast Network. We're looking to do, there you go. Pittsburgh Podcast, not my information. Pittsburgh Podcast Network, we're really going to do, bringing on some new shows. Again, we do the Pompiani Sisters. We brought their show on recently, Selena and Chelsea. A couple of new sports shows coming out. The Buzzsaw, Howard Stern Buzzsaw show just premiered. It's going to premiere in February. We announced that. A couple more sports shows. We have a wrestling show. Also a couple female shows about dating. That's going to be coming up in May. And we're looking to brand the network into a Pittsburgh on-demand network where it's not just audio. We're going to have video, exclusive video like you get on Netflix, only Pittsburgh on-demand. Exclusive music, maybe by our friends at the River's Edge. And a little tech channel, maybe with our friends at Sorgatron Media. I'm just going to bring everybody under the umbrella. But Pittsburgh On Demand should be out late in the summer, where it's a big on-demand network of music, videos, audio, everything by the best people in Pittsburgh. So thanks for having me here today, and our Jagoff podcast, which is a weekly podcast. And you can get us on iTunes as well. Just go to Pittsburgh Podcast Network. You'll find everything.
All right, thank you very much, Frank. Right now we have John, Craig, and Jim of the Jagoff podcast. We'll let them get started. Thank you.
The following podcast may cause offense to those that live in the Cleveland or Baltimore areas. Thank you for listening.
Hello, this is me. That's my story. We're so technical. We're like, take my trigger help.
Hello, crowd. You shouldn't have given us microphone.
I can't hear you. Okay, good. Turn it off.
You're single, why don't you mingle? Get out of the podcast business.
Turn up this thing here. Hello.
I think you guys should sell all the podcast equipment.
There we go. Round of applause here at the River's Edge. Everyone, give it up. Give it up for Jagoff's on the stage. Listen, we have to start the program with Hiya Jagoff. So if you count to three, you say Hiya Jagoff. 1, 2, 3. Hiya Jagoff. There you go. All right. It's John and Craig. This is the Jagoff podcast. 24,780 some podcasts in the country, and this is the one all about Pittsburgh. So give you guys yourself a round of applause for coming out on a very cool Saturday.
We always, every time we start a show, we like to focus on some Pittsburgh music. We always try to highlight a local band, local song, doing something interesting. That's a Pittsburgh song that's called Sooner Than Later, and we love to focus on the music, and we do that every time. We're going to use the same song throughout, so when you listen to this on Tuesday, you'll hear about it. So John and I have been up to a lot of fun stuff in the last couple weeks. We were down at Il Pizziola doing a very neat tasting, booze tasting and food tasting there. And we woke up hours later after having a great booze tasting. We found out that there is a Jagoff drink. There's actually a Jagoff drink. So it is it's a Manhattan style drink made with a port wine, and you can actually go to Il Pizziola and say, "Give me a Jagoff," and one of three things is going to happen. Either I'm going to pop out behind the bar, John's going to come out of the kitchen, and they're going to give you a great Manhattan made with port wine, and it's delicious. So.
Yeah, so listen, we have a big show here. We actually do, we always say that, but we never actually do, but we actually have a lot of guests here to get through. and we know you want to hear some bands. So our guests today, first of all, we always play on our podcast Tasha and Tori, where we either learn about events going on or food. And then today we have 3 students from Point Park University who are entered into a Red Bull challenge where they're going, well, they'll tell you all about it, but they're...
Don't ruin it, John.
Yeah,
Don't ruin it.
and our final guests are Heather Abraham and Scott Danka, who are part of the morning crew on KDKA-TV, and we're going to talk to them about what it's like to get in there so early in the morning and all that kind of stuff, what they have to do to get ready and get
All right, we get it.
So,
Let's
get ready, Jimmy.
Let's play Tasha or Tori. Spin that magic wheel. You guys can't see the magic wheel, but there's a wheel. This is a radio show. Tori, all right.
Tori Mistick, everybody.
Tori Mistick, join us on stage. Tori is she does special events. She talks about fashion. She's kind of the class. She brings class to the audience, or brings class to the podcast.
Yeah,
Tori and I sure don't.
Tori, you can follow her at Team Mistick on everything pretty much. And so Tori, here we are. What do you think about our first live audience?
It's pretty amazing. This is an interesting place. Never been here before.
There you go, and you can never say that again.
This is a furniture store turned art studio turned podcast studio.
Somehow Tori agrees to hang out with us on every other week here.
Yeah, sometimes it's like Saturday night usually. So I've been spending all my weekends with you guys.
Being a designated driver, I know. So anyway, so Tori, what are you bringing to us this week here? What should we be aware of as Pittsburghers and things going on?
Well, this week I was going to start by talking about the Row House Cinema in Lawrenceville. I don't know if anyone's been there before, but it's a really awesome little like art house style cinema. And this week they're showing a bunch of things, one of which is Some Like It Hot, starring Marilyn Monroe.
Nice.
And one of the things she was famous for in that movie was wearing really scandalous dresses, like nude illusion type dresses.
We love that kind of stuff.
There wasn't a whole lot of an illusion. I think they were pretty nude. And that's, what a lot of celebrities wear on the red carpet now. So I think it's an interesting movie to go see that was made, 50 plus years ago, and see how the style was so scandalous.
I wanna be loved.
There you go.
Exactly.
So
you can go check on Marilyn and see how her fashion then is really influencing the looks now.
Yeah.
So speaking of fashion and trends and everything, it's not just for celebrities, but for spring, I think when you're shopping, the shops that you guys go to,
yes,
you'll be seeing a lot of sheer things.
Sheer's in, huh?
Maybe more like the shops that I go to.
Sure, let's
pretty much the shops we get kicked out. Yeah.
John always ends up in the changing room. He's not supposed to be there.
Yeah, but you guys know I love shopping local and going to local shops. So I think around Shadyside and Lawrenceville and Oakmont and Aspenwall.
Is that a great time for spring?
A lot of little boutiques. Yeah, all the spring stuff is coming in like right now. So
it's 10 degrees outside.
I know, but you got to start thinking spring.
There you go.
Florals for spring.
Florals.
Groundbreaking. If you can name that movie, I'll give you $1.
You know what? Groundbreaking.
There you go.
Right. Hey, get her address. She gets
we should have her on the show. We should have her on the show.
What else you got for us, Tori?
Well, another event that I'm working on that's coming up is the Quantum Theater Cue Ball, and that is Saturday, February 27th, at a really cool venue. I don't think it's going to end up being a venue, but it's a firehouse on Penn Avenue, sort of in the Point Breeze area. And this is the first time that's ever been used for an event venue. And Quantum Theater is a really cool experimental theater group in Pittsburgh, and the Cue Ball is their annual benefit. And this year the theme is Sixth Sense. And I think there's going to be fortune tellers, there could be ghosts, there could be all sorts of things. Who knows what will happen there?
Podcasters, creepy podcasters.
Yeah.
All right,
they seem to find me every Saturday night, so chances are.
Is that like the dirty ball, or is that?
It's like that, yeah. If you like the dirty ball, you'll like the cue ball.
Where is this at? I missed the venue.
Listen up, guys. My God. You'll just have to listen on Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Is that when this podcast comes out? All right, I'll listen. This is going to be great.
Now, well, let's give a round of applause to Tori Mistick, always here playing Tasha Tori every other week.
Tori can be found everywhere social media can be found. Type in T Mistick into anything you like. So your browser, your Twitters, your Facegrams,
if you
your
like
Instabooks,
cute
everything.
dogs, then you'll like my social media.
Right. Give everybody your blog site.
Yeah, my blog is Wear, Wag, or Pee. It's about fashion, dogs, and DIY.
And Tori walks her dog every day on Periscope at 4 o'clock.
It's riveting stuff.
There you go, Tori Mistick, everybody. And hang in there, because now we have some Point Park. Next, we have some Point Park students coming in here. Everybody saying we're in the back. All right.
Cheers.
Listen, this is a cool segment, and I have to thank David Highfield from KDKA-TV for running this story. I was falling asleep one night and I saw this story. I'm like, we have to have these guys on the podcast. I call them up and go, what are you doing? They go, we're college students. What else would we be doing on Saturday other than sleeping in? So anyways, here we are. We have these, we have Ryan and Ange, as Big Ange, and Tyler, right? And I got them all right. So these guys are students at Point Park University, and listen up because they are going to need all of our votes over the next 10 days, right? The voting starts tomorrow. So let's go ahead and tell us.
Let's hear what they're voting for.
Yeah, first of all, tell us, introduce each one of yourselves, what year you are and where you're from.
I'm Ryan. I'm a sophomore at Point Park, Sports Arts and Entertainment Management major, and I'm from the Pittsburgh area.
I'm Tyler. I go to Point Park University as well. I'm a sophomore. My major is Sports Art and Entertainment Management. I'm from Washington, Pennsylvania.
And I'm Ange. I'm a junior acting major at Point Park University, and I'm from Newark, Delaware.
That's great. Hey, Tyler, tell us what this is all about. I think John tried to give it away, but he really didn't do a great job. But tell us why you're here. Tell us what you're doing.
It's a Red Bull Can You Make It challenge. So what it pretty much is you put together a 1-minute audition video of a team of 3. People will go and vote for you online at redbullcanyoumakeit.com, and then the winners are selected. The winners get to go to Europe for 7 days using Red Bull as their only currency to travel all the way across.
When using Red Bull as your only currency?
Yes.
So you, no smartphones, no money, no
they take it all from you. So
you have to trade Red Bull for whatever it is that gets you across.
Yep, services, goods, whatever it may be.
Wow, that's great. Now, the cool thing is Ange, you guys have already traded for stuff. You made your promo video, and you guys have already traded Red Bull for services. What did you guys get so far?
Yeah, so you guys should go on YouTube and check out our entry video, but we tried the whole bartering thing in Pittsburgh. Tyler thought it would be a great idea to show his love for Red Bull by getting a Red Bull tattoo, but he didn't really want to pay for that Red Bull tattoo, so he gave the tattoo artist 3 Red Bulls in order to get a Red Bull tattoo on his ankle.
Sounds like a fair trade to me.
Sounds like a desperate tattoo artist is what I'm thinking.
Ryan, I hope you can tell us how the 3 of you found each other.
Well, I saw this event on Facebook first off, and I was like, oh wow, this looks fun. I'm never gonna do it. I sent it to my buddy Tyler. This kid drinks about 8 Red Bulls a day, so I know, oh, he'd like it. But so I sent it to him. He said, okay, yeah, that's awesome. Let's do it. I was like, wait, really? Did it, and we're like, we need a 3rd person, like a diverse person that's crazy. We need like a wild one. And he's like, Ange. I was like, who is Ange? I didn't know. Brought out Ange, and I was like, she's the one.
She's crazy enough for you.
Oh yeah, she is.
Does that make you feel good, Ange? Like that's
It
crazy girl.
Great. It makes me feel awesome.
That's good. You're crazy enough to be on a Red Bull contest with these 2 guys.
How long did it take you to make your guys' video? And I guess it was pretty easy given the fact that you guys are from Point Park and have all that talent in-house.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of filmed it. Me and Ange had cameras, filmed it, put it together. Probably a span of 2 weeks. We would just go out and have fun, just film us doing us.
Yeah.
And a little bit of bartering. We just wanted to show Pittsburgh, threw it together, and that's what we came up with.
You even had an airplane ride.
Yeah, we got up the airplane.
How many Red Bulls was the airplane?
2.
So everybody's standing in line getting Class B, Class C at Southwest. All it takes is 2 Red Bulls to get a private plane.
Yeah, you're in the air. Yeah.
Where are you guys from?
I am from Mars, Pennsylvania.
Oh, you're local guy. Okay.
Washington.
I'm from Newark, Delaware.
Okay, so you came from Newark just for Point Park University. And you're studying acting there?
Yeah.
So you think that's going to help you in the contest at all?
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna charm my way through this thing.
There you go.
I mean, you charmed your way into these 2 guys. Now let me ask you a question. What's it like hanging out with these 2 so far?
It's wild. Like, it's really crazy. Sometimes I'll get a text at like 10 p.m. when we were filming the video, and they would be like, let's go outside, and it'd be a blizzard, and I'd be like, all right, whatever you want to do. They're really crazy people. I think it's on the Red Bull on their veins.
Oh, there you go, there you go. Now, so give us some details about the contest. You know, when you win, because all of Pittsburgh is going to vote for you, because God knows we don't want any Cleveland or Baltimore teams. Give her a boo for the Cleveland Reds. So tell us the details about, what you get and what will happen. What's the process?
Okay, so voting starts tomorrow night at, I believe, 6 p.m. So tomorrow night you can start voting for us on redbullcanyoumakeit.com, and then it has about a week to
It's like 10 days.
10 days of voting, and after that they pick 656
56.
teams, and out of those teams, the Red Bull, their company, their people will pick 165 teams to go to Europe and then travel there.
Okay, wow. So now, is there a country you guys think you would want to go to? Is there, or not want to go to?
I want to go to France real bad.
Okay.
Ryan is a really romantic guy. He wants to see the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, that's so sweet.
There you go.
Have Red Bull in a little French cafe. That's beautiful.
Now, do you guys have to kind of be ready to drop and roll? I mean, they tell you won and you got to drop your classes?
No, we don't have to drop classes. We talked to a lot of advisors, and they're actually supporting us. They really are helping us promote this, and they're really just behind us on this.
How many Red Bulls did that cost you?
More than Red Bull.
Those of you listening, you didn't see his eyes. Anyway, so you don't have to drop classes. It's gonna be somewhere.
We talk to them, and if all goes well and we go, we can change our test if we have finals that week. We can arrange and get them taken care of.
Does any of this freak you out, Ryan, at all? I mean, actually, I'm going to ask Tyler. Does any of this freak you out that you're just going to be dropped somewhere in a country with a couple of Red Bulls and you got to figure it out?
Yeah, no, not one bit.
Really? That's nice.
We're all truly prepared for it, and we're ready to take the bull by its horns.
Yeah. Oh, the Red Bull by its horns. That's good.
That's nice. Yeah. So you guys, just in closing, first of all, you set up an Instagram account literally today. And so where can everybody follow your progress and figure out how to vote? What's the Instagram account?
It's Red Bull Team PPU on Instagram. You can see little clips of our video on there too before you check it out on YouTube.
Yeah. And again, tell everybody who's listening and everybody here live in the audience the website to go to vote you guys into this.
It's redbullcanyoumakeit.com, and our team name is Team Members Only.
So they look for your team. Is it pictures of you guys on that website?
I think once they hit, yeah.
Oh, they see your video. Okay, cool. All right, because we don't want anybody to get confused and vote for the wrong people. So, all right. So remember, so this podcast airs on Tuesday. By that time, the voting will be open. So make
it's
sure.
It's only for a week too, so do it quick.
Yeah, you got to do it and do it many times, as many times as you allow. It's Ryan, Tyler, and Big Ange. I call her Big Ange, so I can remember her name. Big Ange, give them a round of applause. Point Park University repping in the house here. Well, thanks for coming on. Thank you. You guys. When you guys go out country, you want to have your back on the show. And coming up next, we have two of, one you know, probably you don't know. We have Scott Danka, cameraman from KDKA-TV, and his partner, Heather Abraham. So give them a round of applause. They're coming up next.
Let's stay in touch. And I'll hightail that video to you so you can put it on your account. All right, thank you.
All right, we're back at the river's edge, everybody. Round of applause one time. First, we have to thank Ryan and the gang for having us here. We don't normally get out on a Saturday, so we appreciate that. And we have literally the best snacks Costco can provide.
Absolutely. This Fago's the best. I love it.
It's appetizer heaven. If you miss this, as Mike Lang would say, shame on you for 6 weeks, because there's music going on here.
My boys have had Fago popcorn and other things all that. So whoever brought the Fago, you're taking my boys home. They'll be fine.
Cool. So listen, our guest today, we thought it'd be kind of cool. Valentine's Day weekend, we wanted to talk to a partner or whatever. Wait, that's kind of gooey.
Who do we know?
We know it's
that's more fun than a husband and wife.
Exactly. Right? So we reached out to KDKA-TV, and right to our right here is Scott Danka, who's the cameraman early in the morning. And in my old days as a paramedic, we used to call it the Death and Destruction Squad. And so, because they'd go out and get all the bad stuff. To my right is Scott Danka, cameraman, and to my more immediate right is Heather Abraham of KDKA-TV. There you go. See, we tried to comfort you with music that you would know. Now, you guys actually watch the news? So do you know that song?
Absolutely, yeah.
I do,
Yeah, we both.
I watch too much news.
Is that right?
Too much, yeah.
I watch a little less now that I have kids, and sometimes the news is not appropriate
Just watch
for
cartoons.
Yeah, exactly. It's proud.
So listen, well, thanks for coming out on a Saturday, and it's freezing cold, and you guys decided, yeah, what the heck, why not? You have nothing better to do today, is that right? They look at us like, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
Do you want the truth?
Yes, we really want the truth. The truth hurts. Yeah.
No, we were stuck. I was cooped up in the house with
Oh,
an
I see.
18-month-old and my husband. So I was happy to get out for a few minutes.
Which one acts like an 18-month-old?
Yeah, that was about
Which
it.
one acts like an 18-month-old more, your husband or your 18-month-old?
It depends on the day.
I see, there you go, there you go. So listen, we want to know the backstory here. What's going on behind the scenes? What time do you guys get up? What time do you roll in? And who looks at each other first and goes, yeah, Monday. So what happens when you guys roll in?
The alarm goes off at about 2:45, for me anyway.
Okay.
Which is probably not early enough.
That's the first alarm.
That's the first
Yeah,
alarm.
sure.
There are several on 2 different phones. Yeah, that's good.
It's very sad, actually.
Yeah.
I'll plead the fifth as far as who gets in first.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm about 2:30, get in at 3:30. And to answer your question about who says hi first,
Yeah.
there's typically no talking for a long period of time.
Okay.
When we first
There's an
get in.
adjustment there, yeah.
Yeah.
There's an adjustment, yeah.
Yeah. So you guys, do you watch the news at night and go, oh God, I know we're going to a place tomorrow, or do you not even worry about that? You just go wherever you're assigned.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes, yeah. I mean, you know, I don't want to be Debbie Downer here, but yeah, you see some big stories on in the
Yeah.
evening, and you kind of know, yeah, we're going to be there tomorrow morning.
Absolutely. There are many times where I see the evening news and think, oh,
Yeah.
I'll be there in several hours.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Now, as a paramedic, we used to take long transports, and we used to say, oh, we get to go to Du Bois, and we knew the restaurant there. Or we get to go to Fayette County, and we knew the restaurant there. What, do you guys do that? Like, oh,
we do, yeah. We definitely know some places to eat, that's for sure.
Yeah. There's a lot of Starbucks runs.
Definitely,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, Starbucks?
One of the other photographers in the morning is Dan Boyko, and then Christine D'Antonio is our other reporter. And Dan is obsessed with Taco Bell. I mean, obsessed.
No kidding, that's me. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
What is it, the AM Crunch Wrap?
Yes, he loves the AM Crunch. Yeah, I think it's number 12
Shotgun.
on the menu. I don't know. We go to Taco. I've been to every single Taco Bell.
The place we hit a lot is the Micro Diner
Love the micro
on Mount Washington.
Oh, really?
Yeah, great
Okay.
place.
Love
great
that place.
Good burgers at 8 in
Yeah.
the morning. Yes.
Is that your coffee though? I'm sure you're hitting gas stations left and right. Who has the best coffee? Sheets, Kogo's, 7-Eleven?
We like Starbucks.
Oh,
We do.
Starbucks, that's
Yeah.
We can,
No
I can
quick
do
coffees?
We
pretty
can
much
do
any
it,
coffee.
You like your $9 coffees more than anything else?
We do.
Unfortunately, yeah.
All right.
Aren't you stuck with Salvation Army coffee sometimes at these fire
The
scenes?
Sally Wagon.
Well, you should know about this.
I do, yeah.
They have these sausages wrapped in pancakes on a stick
Yeah.
at a fire scene.
Yeah.
They're usually kind enough to share with us as well.
There's one guy who responds often to these places, and he will sometimes deliver hot chocolate to my news truck.
Really?
So, you know, cut all this crap, John. You're talking about all the funny stuff, the coffee, the breakfast, the alarms. I want to know something deep. Give me some secret. Like, you have to know more about each other than your spouses do. You have to know more about each other than people on the news do, even you, Heather. Give me a secret.
I absolutely know some things.
All right, good.
That's my answer. That's
Listen, buddy, it's you, me, and the lamppost, right? This is all. So, tell me a story. Tell me a good story.
Wait, let's put Heather's headphones on, put her in the soundproof.
There she goes. Yeah, right.
I was sworn to secrecy prior to the show.
There's a lot of gossip, both about work and the.
I don't gossip.
Yeah.
I started a lot of conversations, but you can't repeat this.
So honestly, Scott, do you carry makeup? Do you carry a makeup bag for around?
No.
Nothing that you're lying to me.
I'm not. No. When she was pregnant, I think I may have carried a bag or two for her, but other than that, she's on her own.
She's on her own.
That's right. I have enough stuff to carry.
No, the best thing is, Scott was shooting video. I was talking with some people. I don't even remember where we were, and someone approached Scott. He said, "Are you guys hiring drivers?" He's like, "Is that what I am? I'm a driver."
A lot of times people think I'm just the driver.
Right. You're Fat Tony.
Which I do drive.
Yeah,
So
He does.
yes.
Yeah.
Why is that the reporters are usually not driving and the camera people are driving?
Don't make a gender comment here.
No.
It's obvious. I mean,
I
just talk
just
about
think
the
that
driver.
I can get there more efficient manner.
There you go. More efficient. I love that.
I think I'm good with directions though. So he's driving and.
This sounds like a very typical married couple though.
Yeah. It is.
You work the GPS, he works the steering wheel.
One of Scott's favorite games is let me figure out how to get there on my own. So I will pull up the map on my iPad.
Critique me along the way.
And basically tell him if he's getting hot or cold.
That's
and
like
even when he's cold, he still keeps going in that direction.
But that's like from the Guy Manual, chapter 2.
Sense of direction.
Like a direction.
Sure.
GPSs have destroyed manhood.
Absolutely.
Manhood at this point, yeah. And so your go-to restaurant when you got to come in, you know you've had a bad night, you know, just got to get kick-started. What's the go-to food for you guys?
Well, we can't eat first thing in the morning. However, Scott does like to stop and get donuts.
Okay.
I bring donuts.
Yeah.
Mini donuts.
Oh,
The little Debbie.
Little Debbie's.
Little white powder.
Nice.
Those are for me though.
That's just for you.
Every once in a while, he'll be like, do you want a donut?
Oh, he's sharing.
Donuts.
That was just when you were pregnant.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, you
Off to a
stopped
good
that.
start.
What's funny? Oh, go ahead,
Well,
Mary.
you asked about funny stories.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And so
please.
Scott and I were trying to think, because we've been working together for 5 years now. So
Seems like longer than that.
You think that's nice of me?
No.
I wasn't laughing.
No, we were laughing at something else.
So we were every year we typically cover Kmart Thanksgiving shopping.
6 a.m. they open the doors.
Okay.
This was a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It was probably a similar temperature to today.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've seen our live trucks. They have a mast that shoots up in the air, 50 feet or so.
Yeah.
This particular day, the mast froze. When the mast freezes, there's really
Nothing you can do.
the only thing you can do is get on top of the truck
Oh.
and maybe take a light to try and heat it up, beat it with whatever you have to smack the ice off of it.
Pour Starbucks on it.
That may have worked. Heather went into the Kmart and bought potato chips.
We're going to be there for a
Good
while,
partner.
and there
I
was
wouldn't
nothing
think-
else. I know he loves potato chips, so I knew it would kind of make him a little happier.
There you go.
But we were stuck there for.
We had to wait for a ride, yeah.
No
Yeah.
kidding. Yeah. So did you even get anything at that point? You just...
We had everything we needed.
Oh, I
We just
see.
had no way to get back to
Oh,
the station because you can't obviously drive the truck with that pole
Yeah.
in
And
the
it was
air.
Thanksgiving.
Oh
Right.
my God, yeah. So there you are, stuck in it. And then, yeah, what starts that conversation? How does that conversation start?
Yeah,
what are we
we're
gonna
not
do
going
then?
anywhere.
Yeah, I mean it's happened before.
Yeah.
It's one of my worst nightmares when it's cold for sure.
Funny enough about that day, that was actually, I will never forget that day for many reasons, because that was actually the same day I found out I was pregnant with my daughter.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know it either. But
I was thinking about it when I was doing the pre-planning for this event. I always think about the Groundhog Day movie, where the news reporter and the cameraman had this great relationship. So along those lines, I'm just curious, Scott, who would play Heather in a movie, and Heather, who would play Scott?
Yeah, if you had a buddy movie, like those police buddy movies, and
Yeah, right.
if you had a buddy movie about working at KDKA-TV, Scott, who would play Heather?
Well, I thought maybe I could go with the easy answer. She just changed her hair a little bit, and the name is escaping me. Robin Wright Penn, I believe, is the picture she was
that's
showing.
what I was showing him.
Maybe a Michelle Pfeiffer kind of, but she might not know who. Maybe she doesn't.
Nice, I like that. Yeah.
Just the attitude.
The attitude. Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah.
Heather, what do you think?
Oh, wait, we got Scarlett Johansson comes from this.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know. See, you guys just told me this 2 minutes ago. But the first name that popped into my head was Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, there you go.
What, for
Yeah.
I can take that. I'll take that.
He has
Yeah,
an
sure.
attitude too.
Okay. Yeah. See, that'd be cool.
Any advice?
So Robert Downey Jr. and Scarlett Johansson possibly.
Very
Let's do it.
So,
I'm ready.
well, listen, it's a Saturday. We appreciate you guys taking a Saturday afternoon to be on our podcast. And everybody give a round of applause. But before we do that, I want to make sure we thank their boss, Ann Leidenberger, for letting them come on and say the word and be a part of something called the word Jagoff. And I don't know if everybody knows this or not, but do you remember the story where the firefighters fell off the roof after they rescued the woman in Wilkinsburg? That was Heather. One of those was Heather's husband, and we hear he's doing well, right?
He is. He's doing much better.
So give our best to your husband. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Heather.
Thanks for having me.
Right back to close up the show. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
All right. All right.
So that's all. So I forgot to mention in my show that the band that played the song, this band right here, this is a band called There You Are, and they played just before we went on stage. We used their song, it's Sooner or Later, the band There You Are, so local Pittsburgh talent, check it out, so please go to their webpage, find them anywhere you can online. It's a good band, and we thank them for being here as well.
So we appreciate everybody coming out, and more so, we appreciate our partner. If you follow the Food Tasters on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, everything you can think of the Food Tasters, they treat us really well. They take us out to go eat all these places, and we pick out and we try.
The last time we were at the last one, we were down at Montana's, the Rib and Chop House down in South Point. It's right there in that main strip, that new town center they have. It's amazing how much has popped up down there. We were at Montana's Rib and Chop House, and then we ate at my house.
Jay, the manager down there, and Melissa, the waitress or server, she gave us literally one of every brunch item there. They have
we have waffles and chicken and waffles, and omelets coming out the wazoo.
Ham and waffles. We had waffles and waffles.
It was the two of us and Tasha from Food Tasters and Terry from Parmesan Princess. It was pretty amazing. So if you get a chance, check out, of course, on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the web. It's Montana's Rib and Chop House. So please support them because they support us.
And thanks to the Food Tasters for always being our partners. So now we're coming to the end of the show where it becomes boring and we start to thank everybody. So thanks to our guests, Heather and Scott, and the three folks, Tyler, Big Ange, and Ryan from Point Park University. Thanks to Tori Mistick. Thanks to the River's Edge. Give them a round of applause and celebration. Jim Amato on our sound effects. Frank Burgess from the Pittsburgh Podcast Network. Follow us on the blog at Jagoff.com and everywhere on Twitter, Facebook, and all that stuff. Is that it?
That's all. They did a great job. Yep. Thanks, Mom.